Rich Offner, your host for the next 30 to 60 minutes for another Whiskey with Rich broadcast. Get your favorite beverage ready. Join me and my guests for a little kayak fishing discussion. For the next month or so, there won't be much else to do other than get out there, hopefully hit your lakes and rivers for some early pike and walleye. And here to talk about some pike and walleye fishing. Musky will be later, but for this month, I don't think there's any open musky until June. But anyways, I'm going to introduce Scott Barton from the Ottawa area. Let's get him up here. Okay, now it's not coming. What the hell? Oh, there we go. How you doing, Scott?
Hey, guys. Hey, good, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Good. Now all we need is for someone to say, oh, there we go. How you doing, Jamie? Mig? So we got Jamie and Mig joined us already. We got some viewers in there too.
Right on.
All right, and what we'll do is we'll wait for some. We'll wait to load up a little bit. Just a reminder, everybody, these shows are saved on my page, and you can always go back and watch them. And so, Scott, I'm sure you got the news in your end of the province that we're on starting Saturday. We're shut down pretty well.
Yeah, that sucks. Jeez.
Okay,
never ending.
Your screen's frozen, but you're still talking, eh? Let's see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide you and bring you back in. All right, here we try it again. 2, 1. There. Well, now you're drinking. Okay. You're on your phone still, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least the sound is coming out. Can anyone comment that they can hear Scott clear? It's at least if we can hear him, is a little bit of a freeze frame on the video. Casey William, how you doing? Derek Rain, also a new Hobie kayak angler. And let's see, can you guys understand Scott pretty well? Because I know it's still
test.
Yeah, all good. He said, "All right." Oh, we got about 9 viewers. We'll give it a little long. What you drinking tonight, Scott?
I'm drinking low-hanging fruit from Whitewater Brewing.
Boy, I went
in Cobden, Ottawa Valley. A little sour, but it's good. Yummy.
It's funny. Every time we go in lockdown, I rush to the liquor store, and
oh, I know.
And it was almost like deja vu, because last time we went in lockdown in January, I got to the liquor store, and it was funny. This time I went in, and it was like walked right in, and it was empty, and it's always after work I go, so it's like the 3:30 crowd's coming in, and while I was in there, the place started just filling up, and and all of a sudden someone behind the counter says, "Lock the doors, don't let anyone else in." So while they were running around getting organized, the place filled up pretty quick. So today when it happened, I got there and there was 2 people in line, and I waited to get in. When I got in, there was hardly anyone in there. They weren't letting many people in there. So this time they were ready for it. And by the time I left, after I think I spent about $130 on all kinds of crafty stuff and a couple bottles of whiskey. I got a nice 12-year-old.
Oh, right on.
What's it? Heck, what's the bottle say here? I even forget now. Oh, Gibson's 12-year-old.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
Right on.
Yep, cheers. And anyways, by the time I left, 5 minutes later, it was the lineup went around the building. So when you hear that lockdown start, you better get to the liquor store quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, James Collins joined us. How you doing, James?
Hey, James.
No new people. We'll welcome them as they come in, but we can get started. Whoop, we lost you there, Scott.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right, there you go. Scott, last year you started this. Well, first of all, Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you get involved in kayak fishing, and what are you fishing out of?
Sure. I bought my first kayak at Jackson Cuda back in 2011, and actually it's still on the water. One of the guys bought it, and so it's I see him at the tournaments, and it's kind of cool seeing my old kayak. Had lots of great memories in it. So that was 2011. And I was fishing for fun, obviously, the first couple of years. Then I got involved with OKBT with Jeff Wall, which Jeff Wall started. Met a bunch of great guys down in Picton at some of the events, and we become friends. Then I did Kayak Wars with Peter Gignac and Brent Lepine, Joe LaFontaine, Brian Morrow. Diogo has been on our team. So that really got me into this tournament mindset and the multi-species mindset. So now I've switched to pedals, Kusa FD, which has been a total game changer. I'm loving it, and just having a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely, yeah.
We can welcome James Colin, Gordon Schwirtman,
Yeah,
Gene
good buddy of
Wilson
mine.
from down south has joined us.
Oh, right on. Hi, Gene.
Fellow team member from
Yeah,
Jackson.
right on. Hi, Gene.
Peter Gignac, someone
Peter.
has helped you out quite a bit with the online
absolutely.
events, and Antoine. We met Antoine last year at the Bassmaster Championship.
Right.
And then Jeff Van Morsel also joining us. How are you doing, Jeff?
Just messaged Jeff last night. He's donating 6 of his lures to the walleye tournament, so that's awesome news. Thank you very much, Jeff. Much appreciated.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. I still got some lures that didn't get raffled off last year. We're going to have to find something to do with those too for an American event, which I couldn't get across the border, so it didn't get raffled. Karen, good evening. I assume Dave's with you too in there. Anyway, so what started with the kayak? How'd you get started with Kayak Musky? And also tell us why the different spelling.
Oh, is it spelled wrong? I don't know. Oops. Peter and I were just talking. We really enjoyed Kayak Wars, and as you know, I don't know if you know, but a lot of the viewers probably that were in part of Kayak Wars, it just ended abruptly, which really sucked for us multi-species guys. So our bass season was over with KAO, and Gord said, "Hey, do you want to hit? I've got this spot on the river locally. Let's check it out and go musky fishing." I mean, I've caught a few in the past, sort of incidental. Caught some in the boat ages ago. Anyways, we went out that one day with the mist coming off the water. It was just a perfect setting, and we both ended up hooking up, catching musky. Anyways, and so that was just a blast, and it kind of, it kind of got me thinking about musky. And then I went out for that CISA tournament, as you remember. I was also fishing smallmouth on the river, and every time I threw my Ned rig in this particular spot, I was getting bit off. And there's no pike in this river, like none. You'll catch one pike every 3 years, sort of thing, in this river. So Madawaska River, anyways, no secret. I kept getting bit off, anyways. So I'm fishing for these smallmouth. I throw out a spy bait, catch a musky. Throw out my Ned rig. I catch the smallmouth, and I'm sure you've seen the video where the big muskie was hanging on to it right into the boat. I'm like, you know what? Geez, there's a lot of muskie here. Maybe this is something I should pursue and get the right equipment and so forth. I was talking to Peter Gignac, and I said, this Kayak Wars is over. Maybe I'm thinking of starting a Kayak Musky tournament. He's like, oh man, that would be awesome. And it just went from there. We got a logo made up, started a Facebook group, and it's been great. It's been great. It's a really specialized species, as you know. I'm really proud of the Facebook group. They're really promoting the safe handling and release and having the proper tools and having the proper rod. And it's not easy running this kind of tournament because they are known as a delicate fish. But I think we did a great job last year. A lot of personal bests were caught, a lot of first-time muskies, and hopefully it's got a few guys interested in muskie fishing. That's the whole goal.
Yep. And one thing I was impressed with, there was no bullying back when I first started. I mean, when I first started, it wasn't bad. I mean, my first muskie, I lucked out 15 minutes in the first time I went out, and I had a 48 and a half inch muskie.
Yeah.
And
beginner's
and,
luck. Yeah.
and we broke 2 grippers, and
Right.
and I hate to say that muskie's mouth was torn apart also.
Yeah.
And a couple of people mentioned it to me very casually, and I learned how to handle muskie after that.
Yeah.
But the first for a few years there, it was like kayak anglers. It just started muskie fishing. They'd go out and they'd hang it up with a gripper, and and the guys would just, instead of messaging the guy privately and saying, there's better ways to handle muskie, and
Yeah.
no, they shame him, and it was kind of sad. But one thing I got to say, last year I don't think I saw anybody
No.
give anyone a hard time, which
No.
was great. I mean, that's how it should be.
I totally agree. Everyone's been really positive. Someone will say, just make sure to have the proper tools, make sure to handle them properly. We're all going to make those mistakes in the first
Yep.
year. And and I've done the same thing with lip grippers and a pike. They go crazy and it rips, and you
those
feel
little ones.
horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those little ones are the toughest, aren't they?
They
the little
are
jackhammers.
They,
I mean,
they go nuts.
the big ones, the big ones where you can get your hand in underneath the mouth.
Yeah.
They're a lot easier to handle. But those little suckers, oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I always carry, well, not always. Most of the time I'm carrying a gripper, and it's a rotating one. I learned real quickly.
Yeah,
you got to have what I rotate, but
yeah,
I don't think I've had to use it in 5 or 6 years now.
No,
so I've been fairly lucky.
Yeah,
we got a few more new people here coming in after Karen. We got Matt Agar. How you doing, Matt? I hope I didn't butcher your name. And yeah, Gene, I wonder what came first, Muskie or Muskie? I don't know what. Most of the time around here, it's Muskie. I thought Scott. I thought, Scott, that you were just doing it to be different, but
no, I had no idea.
Okay. Good evening, Steve. Always good seeing you out here.
We'll call that the show. We'll call that the Ottawa Valley spelling.
Yeah. And touching on Kayak Wars.
Yeah.
When I first started fishing it, and I fished in the first, I think you called it the OKBT. It was Jeff Wall was the OKFS, Ontario Kayak Fishing Series.
Sorry. Yes, you're right.
And in 2009, I didn't have a clue, and I've mentioned this on the show a few times. But Kayak Wars I got into, and then even Don, when he was running Yak Fisher, he did the online multi-species. I was really into the multi-species at first, and Kayak Wars, we had a team. We did quite well, and but it was 2013. I got the bug for bass fishing, participating. I mean, I ran the Border City Classic in 2011, but I didn't even fish it. So Kayak Wars, I quit when the new people took over, and we were giving them suggestions. There was all kinds of cheating going on, and people using multiple fish and reversing the fish one way and the other. It was so obvious, and it wasn't the prizes. I didn't care. I wasn't fishing it for the prizes. I was fishing it because it got me out in the water.
Right.
It's the same reason I wear a Garmin watch, and I'm always watching how many steps I get a day, because what else we got to do right now for the last year.
That's right.
But
and don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm absolutely crazy about bass fishing too. I'm doing the Bassmaster thing this summer, and I love it as well. So yeah, I mean, multi-species, why not? Like all of them, they're all great.
Yeah, I dropped the multi-species pretty much. Other than walleye and muskie, that's pretty much all I go for.
Yeah, perfect.
And I mean, even the muskie for us here, the water gets so warm, we don't touch. Like we do when it opens in the first Saturday in June, we'll fish for a week or two until the bass season opens, and it's all bass. Yeah. And the reason, even though we have big muskie out here, we've got to go way out Lake St. Clair to get the muskie and in the colder water. And even at that, anytime once the water is 75 degrees, I had one muskie die on me. And after that, I said, I'm not fishing in the summer ever again for muskie.
Totally agree with you.
And unless you can carry a revival tank, which is what most of the guides carry now in the summer,
right?
They're carrying a revival tank, and sometimes they have that muskie in there for half an hour trying to revive it. Replacing fresh water in there all the time. So it's not worth it down here. Once the fall comes in October, and Peter Geniak will tell you it's a big time down here. And
absolutely,
we didn't see it last year, but any other year, once October hits, people come from all over Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and you see the same people every year. So that was a nice thing. That was one of the nice things about COVID. It wasn't as packed as usual, but there's new anglers every year, more and more anglers, and I don't know what's going to happen next year if the border opens up. It's going to be packed though, because it's here it's the Bell River, Lighthouse Cove, Detroit River. Those three spots are just packed with people
and world renowned.
Yes,
world renowned.
Yes.
And I got to say, for me, muskie fishing, like you said, early June, the kids are still in school. The kids, The kids, so I can put them on the bus at 9 o'clock. I'm 15 minutes from the Ottawa River, 20 minutes from the Madawaska River. I can fish all day, be back at 3:30 to get them off the bus. And then when they're on summer break, I don't fish for muskie. And then when they go back to school in September, I can pick up muskie again.
Yeah. Okay.
From 9 to 4 sort of thing.
Okay.
So,
You want to tell everybody what you do for a living so they know how much free time you get?
Oh,
Let's put it this way. Scott doesn't run a separate business like most
No.
of these guys do. He goes fishing.
Yeah. I work 24-hour shifts as a firefighter. So yes, I do have some time off, and you won't, but I try to stay home on weekends, for the most part, except for the odd
got the young
tournament.
family,
So,
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. 8 and 6. So,
All right. Well, we got Tim Percy on. Good evening, Tim.
hey, Tim,
Tim's
last year's winner.
Yes, one of our winners. We'll get him up here in a second. Tim doesn't have so much free time yet because I put him to work.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Troy driver.
Troy Blackwell. How you doing, Troy?
Troy.
Brody Twyman, and a new guy to the show here, and damn smoke eaters. What's a smoke eater? Oh, that's what they call you guys, eh? Okay, sorry, I didn't realize. I'm Matt Agar. Another fireman. You know Matt?
No, but I know Matt's going to catch some big pike this.
Yeah,
I remember his name from Kayak Walleye, so be on the watch out for him. He's up north.
Right.
So.
Yes. All right. So maybe we should show the results from last year here. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. I had a whole bunch of pictures here, but I'm going to have to bring them up again. But I left this one up. I started dropping when I couldn't get you on the show. So you can talk a little bit about this here. I'm going to hide myself. Just let me know if you can still hear.
Oh, I can't hear you.
All right. There must be a way to dump me out of here. Let's try this. No, I'm still here, aren't I? We'll go back here. All right. We'll just leave it up there. So go ahead. Mention who the winners were last year. And
yeah, I've got them written down here. So Tim, I'm just going to go in the muskie category. So these are the two, your total two best muskie. Tim Percy, 91.25. Brent, 90.75. Peter, 88 inches. I'm going to mention myself in fourth, 86.5. And you know what? If you look at the top four there, they're only separated by 5 inches, which is pretty amazing. And I'm not sure if the pictures are going to come up or not, but Brent.
I'm going to get those. Hold on, we'll bring those up now.
Okay.
I can. So which one you want me to bring up then?
Well, let's start with the winners.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
That wasn't that the one I had up there already?
I can't see it. I'm not sure. Maybe
you can't see right now what I have up there?
No.
Oh, really? How about if I do this? Just a second. I'm going to go solo with it. How about, can you see it now?
No, I can't see comments or anything. So
okay. Sorry about that. You must have.
Oh, that's all right.
You didn't. Oh, you're using your phone. I guess if you're on a desktop and you had Chrome, you might have been able to see it. Okay. Well, right now I've got a picture of Tim Percy with a 91.25, and Brent Bellifer with a 90.75.
Correct. Yeah.
He's got longest fish 48.25. What's that?
That was his longest muskie, which you see right there.
Okay.
But he also caught one. He was just telling me the story today. Actually, he was trolling back to the launch. There was a big storm coming. He had his GoPro off, and he caught an absolute monster. And it was the hooks were pretty deep, so he had to cut the hooks, and it was kind of a scary situation with the storm coming in. Anyways, he didn't bother measuring it, but he swears it was pretty close to 50 inches. So,
oh, really?
That's muskie fishing, right? Like, one of my fish pictures were cut off, which would have given me 3 or 4 more inches. I forgot my board with one. That's the thing with muskie fishing. You're going to make mistakes. You might not get the full measurement, so it ends up being pretty exciting.
So can we? I know we're gonna jump around here.
Sure.
We got a new viewer here, Mike Ryan. How you doing, Mike? Geez, Mike's guy goes way back around here. Local guy.
Right on.
I think grade school and hockey. Anyways, let's talk about the rules for this year. You made some rule changes.
Yes, I don't have them in front of me, but Peter and I, Peter behind the scenes has just been amazing. We're constantly back and forth, and as you'll see with the rules, it's not something that we cut and pasted from another tournament. These are all our own words, very brief. I mean, we haven't put in there no dead fish, none of that. Like, it's kind of obvious. But one thing we did this year is we really want to, again, stressing angler safety and fish health and healthy release is to have whatever help you can get to help get a good measurement on that muskie. If your buddy's holding your board, if your buddy's holding your kayak, if a boat is helping you, whatever it takes to get that good measurement and safely for the fish. So that's one addition we've made. As you mentioned with the lip grippers, there's two schools of thought. I agree they can be very dangerous. If you can avoid them, awesome. But if you do end up using them, just please try and take them out of the measurement picture so that we can see the lip touching the board.
Yep.
One thing with iAngler is video uploads. So that's a cool new feature that we're going to have to figure out. I still prefer ideally, you're going to take a video of your fish above your head. You're going to take a still frame from that, submit it. If the judges need to see, extra proof, then we have the video that we can upload and everybody can see to make it fair. It's not just a decision we made behind the scenes.
Does iAngler take video uploads now?
It does.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Oh my.
Yeah.
And that's great because iAngler is a multi-species app. It's not just bass. It's a multi-species app. So I don't remember them having that before. Is that something new?
No, this is brand new. And you'll see Michael from iAngler sent me a link to some of the sailfish. And what they're doing is they're just touching the leader, and it's all on video for that purpose. So
that's great.
It's really cool.
Yeah, Mike does a great job with that app. I mean, I've worked with Mike for many years with it, and super guy, and always awesome. Always progressing.
Always.
And the niche for iAngler is multi-species.
I totally agree, and his customer service has been. If I message him, he'll message me back within 5 minutes. He's been great, and I didn't want to mess up the bass. I know bass guys like Turniacs. And they have their statistics. We started adding in muskies and stuff. It kind of screws up your. Anyways, we're super happy with iAngler. It's perfect for an online event. So.
Yep. Well, that's great. Great to hear. I remember Peter and I. We were on the water discussing this about. I think Peter was on the phone with you and messaging you about the additional help on the water, and that's where we noticed that. It is kind of important when you're dealing with big fish like that to have the help. And when you're going out for muskie, I hate going out alone.
Yeah, same.
When you get one of those big hooks caught in your hand, you want somebody out there to help you cut your hand open to get the hook out or anything. I mean, you might get the hook caught in both hands. For God's sake, it's you could be in a lot of trouble. So going out alone is not my favorite thing for muskie.
And another thing we've tried to do with this tournament, Peter and I, is really emphasize that the prizes are for everyone. Like we don't want just the top 3 guys getting all the. Sure, they're going to get the payout, but let's give prizes. So this year, one of the ones is just the muskie in the net. If you're a new angler, get a picture of the muskie in the net with your identifier held up, and you're in a draw for $250 cash from Frontenac Outfitters. And a new sponsor, which I was going to announce tonight, is Radio World, is donating a fish finder. I don't recall the name of the fish finder off the top of my head, but it's I'm not even going to say in case I make a mistake, but it's valued around $500. So nice, really nice
great.
prizes. Yeah. And of course the random draw for the for the Orion 25 quart cooler too, which is cool. So anybody that's registered has a chance at that as well. So
that's great. Okay, we got let's welcome here another new guy, Alan Thompson. I don't think I've heard of Alan.
He's from out west. Yeah, he's
out
from
west,
Alberta.
eh?
Yeah. So.
All right, we can talk about that in a few minutes also. Yeah. But before I forget, and again, I'm jumping around here. you say that the muskie now is U.S. and Canada.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. That's anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, that's super. I
So,
guess I should have shared this on some of the U.S. sites.
so another thing I just want to mention briefly while I remember is upload at home. Don't rush. I don't want to know your spot. Peter doesn't want to know your spot. I don't want to end up on your spot accidentally and you say, oh, you got it from just upload at home. Take your time. Send in the clearest picture you have. It's US and Canada, so we don't need to know where you are. We know you're somewhere in US or Canada.
Yeah. Here for us here, you're gonna know where we are. I mean,
Exactly.
it's so there's no secrets here.
Exactly.
You know,
No, exactly.
we have some American guides that will bully you if you take a picture
Right.
of a spot where you're catching
Right.
your fish, and the spot's so well known all over the world that I
Right.
mean, I don't know what's wrong with
Yeah.
these guys, but I've seen guys that are bullied.
Yeah.
And because they took a picture showing the sand piles on the Detroit
Yeah.
River, I mean,
Right.
I was out there once 4 or 5 years ago. There was 3 television shows being taped.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it's funny. I think it was what's his name there? Kevin Van Dam's buddy in the States. I can't remember at the time. Tim, tell me who it is. I know Tim's on there commenting every 30 seconds. But anyways, he was taping a show saying that he's in the States and he's got the sand piles behind him, and every guy knows that he's in the Canadian side. And I don't think he wants to say it because now now apparently the guys taking video, the unions and whatnot, they're not allowed to bring them over the border to take to do TV, so they can't even say to where Zona.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
there was
right.
one.
Yeah,
there was one show I was watching, and Zona was saying he wasn't saying he was in Canada because if Canadian immigration gets a hold of it, they had his video guy.
Right.
He gets his wrist slapped, or he'll never be allowed again. I don't know.
Right.
It's getting real stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's nice to see that now we've got the Canadians and Americans fishing for muskie. I think I will. It'd be a good idea to
That'd be great.
advertise over at least the Michigan guys. I mean, I know there's mostly Michigan guys fishing for muskie, and there's also the Midwest, the North, the Yankees, I guess you'd call them. They're all muskie fishermen.
And there's one. There's a couple of Americans signed up so far, and if you check out,
oh really?
I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but Rory Johnson, if you check out his Instagram, you're going to see you're going to see the biggest tigers you've ever seen in your life. So there's
I've heard of that name before.
Really great competition this year. Really looking
good,
forward
good.
to it.
That's super.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good.
Look out, Tim. Someone's coming for the title. Yeah.
We'll try and keep Tim working this year, so he can't get all that free time out there.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So before we go into your draw, I can see we got about 23 people in right now, but let's talk a little bit about the new event.
The new event is obviously Kayak Walleye. Sorry, I'm just trying to think where we're going with this. So I think we have 37 anglers right there.
Signed up already?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's good. It's going to be a really great event. It goes right till the end of November. You can use live bait. And so that's going to be cool too. I realize not everybody muskie fishes, so this is another great tournament for other anglers to enjoy. Ooh, nice. That's really nice.
It's a good one.
and so with the multi-species too, there's also my buddy Gord Schwertman is setting up the Yakinen fishing too. So tons of great tournaments in Ontario to choose from, and I'm going to stick with muskie, pike, and walleye. I think it's just a great sort of combo, and again, great prizes in that. Just before we came on, Mig Sig messaged me. He'd like to donate $100 worth of his apparel, so that's super cool. Lots of support from our Ontario and across Canada. Whatever you call it, sponsors. So awesome.
Yeah, that's great. We got a lot of sponsors coming on. So
and that's the best four. Stringer is going to be the best four. So we're going to see some really great fish.
Yeah, we our biggest walleye chance for the biggest walleye is in March and April too.
I've been told that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but both events, Kayak Musky and Cross Canada Kayak Walleye, start May 1st. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
So you guys can fish for muskie in May.
Oh, sorry, the pike portion of Kayak
Pike
Musky
portion of
starts.
Kayak
Yeah,
Musky, right? Okay,
yeah.
so but Musky is first week of
June,
June for you also.
June. What is it? June 5th or something? Yeah,
For us, the
yeah.
first
So
Saturday, whatever the first Saturday
yeah,
is.
I think it's June 5th. So
All right. So okay, well, May. I mean, we'd have to go out in Lake Erie to get those bigger pike. Lake,
yeah,
once you get into May, the eaters are all the males. The males are
right.
plenty, and those are like keep. I don't like keeping the big females. I
And
like
and
that nice white meat.
and honestly, up here, I don't know if anybody's had different experience, but the pike are puny. If you get an over 30, you're that's a pretty good fish up here. So we're only 2 hours away from the St. Lawrence, or an hour and a half from the St. Lawrence. So we can travel there, or maybe try out some other spots. But I think I have a good feeling that maybe my buddy Gordon and I are getting a little more dialed in with the muskies. So it should be we'll see what happens
Okay,
this
yeah.
fall. Yeah.
Well,
Throwing that out there.
we have a. I think I got 2 years ago. I got a 36-inch pike on Lake St. Clair. They're
Oh
getting
yeah,
they're getting bigger. I mean,
yeah, that's
there's
awesome.
actually a worry that the pike are getting so plentiful on Lake St. Clair because they spawn first that they're some people feel that they're hurting the muskie,
Right. Yeah. Makes
the
sense.
muskie growth, the muskie spawn, because
Yeah.
they eat the muskie spawn apparently.
Right. Right.
But hopefully that won't happen. I mean, everyone's criticizes Lake St. Clair for on the U.S. side they're fishing year round for it, and apparently
Right.
it hurts. I mean, I hear it with all the MNR and the Canadian, the bass purists. They even they're shutting the smallmouth bass fishing in Lake Ontario for 2 weeks, I guess, or it's gonna be 2 weeks later now.
Right.
And but here on Lake St. Clair, they opened up the year-round. They started the catch and release in 2005, and 2005, yeah, 2005, and then after 10 years in 2015, they opened up year-round because it hasn't hurt the fish.
Right.
So, and this year we're sitting here. We can't go to the U.S. Usually, we'll be fishing in the U.S. right now.
Right.
The guys like Tim and myself will be driving over and fishing on the American side of Lake St. Clair, but these guys are getting 100-inch days. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
I threatened to block these guys from my Facebook page because
Yeah.
it's making me sick.
Exactly.
But this year in March, like usually we don't start fishing for them at the end of April and then in May, but they're fishing in March and they're going out and killing it.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Absolutely.
So does this catch and release really hurt the bass population? I don't know. I mean, you listen to the scientists in Canada, they tell you one thing, and then the University of Michigan was very much involved in this 10-year study from 2005 to 2015, and they said it's good. And in the U.S., the U.S., some of these lakes that they fill the lakes with spawn of bass. They replenish it. They're not self-sustaining apparently, but I don't know. To me, I'd like to know a little more. I still feel that Lake St. Clair should be the same as the Michigan side, and it should be open year round because, I don't mind the walleye fishing, but I'd like to go out and get some of those big bass too.
Oh, for sure.
And they're not spawning right now. This is the pre-spawn. The pre-spawn is, I mean, they're big fat fish right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So I had some other pictures in there.
Okay, what do you want me to bring up? Tell me what I got them handy.
I just wanted to tell that story about Diogo. Another cool thing about this tournament is
which one? Which picture would that be?
Diego, or it should say First Muskie.
Oh yeah, I got it right here.
There's two of them.
Right,
so, anyways, Peter took him out, and this guy, he's absolutely nuts.
Diego Jose Luis.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll put a solo shot here.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Anyways,
So
if you see it, I can't see the picture.
Go ahead and tell the story now.
Well, the guy is so passionate about this. He caught his first muskie, and I'm sure, like just like you or me or anyone that's caught their first muskie, if you haven't done so yet, it is awesome, and it might change the way you fish. You'll never forget it. And then we had an event, a small gathering. I don't know what was there, maybe 20 people in Arnprior, a Kayak Musky sort of get together at the mouth of the Madawaska River where it meets the Ottawa. And there's 20 of us fishing this little tiny stretch, and we're casting. We see a few, whatever. Diogo's having some troubles at the launch. He goes out. one or two casts later, he catches a 41-inch right in front of the group. Like, so if you see the smile on his face, I think there's a picture there with the Armprior Fish and Game Club is right in the background. It's just such a classic picture that I love, and
Oh wow.
that's why this Facebook group it's another cool thing about the tournament. It's not all about, not necessarily about winning, but just kind of the stories that come about. And there's a million stories. Brent Belfleur has some stories. Gord has some stories. We got to fish with Manny, which was super cool. Peter's donating plaques. Like, there's lots of people stepping up and messaging me, and it's just great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's bring a picture up from Brent, and I got a couple questions. I mean, this guy is all over the place. I want to know, is he another fireman?
No, but he should be.
I don't think he works. Like, I'm here. He's on the Thames in the fall. He's on Lake Ontario by the Toronto Island there during the.
He broke two paddles this spring. Like
he's already caught some nice fish. There we go.
Absolutely.
There, look at that beast. Oh, you can't see it. This is the one where he's got a huge. Oh, that's a muskie, or is that a pike? I can't. I
think it's a muskie. I think that's the one he didn't get a measure on. So.
That's the one he didn't get. Oh, that's a monster. That is a monster. Yeah.
So if you look at the numbers, he's only what is he? I think like less than an inch away from Tim. So I mean, you got to.
Oh, is that the board picture? Is that the board picture?
No, that's a different one. So,
no, I got a board picture with a tail. Who's that?
That was Brent's as well, but he handed in a blurry picture and then kind of sent that one in later, so it didn't count. But that would have been a game changer for sure. So there's lots of storylines with the tournament last year, and we'll see if that happens this year. Okay, make sure the picture you submit is the one you want us to judge.
There. Okay, this one's a little foggy. I don't know if that's the one there. I got one on there. It shows a tail going to the red. Yeah, it looks like 50. Okay, that's the one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a 49-incher, but we marked it at 48.25, I think. So.
All right.
Yeah. Lots of fun. Yeah, he's hardcore.
Yep, definitely. But again, does he work? I'm gonna have to have Brent on a show maybe, because he gets around everywhere.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, absolutely should. Yeah. I think he's a bartender or something. He works nights.
Oh, no wonder. That helps. Yeah. Where's he from?
Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of his pictures, the CN Tower in the background. So he's not hiding.
A friend of mine
hiding his spot.
A friend of mine's a guide. He tells me he's out in the Thames during the day in the fall, and I said, "Geez, what does this guy do? He's everywhere."
Yeah.
So we got our buddy James on right now, but they aren't as good looking as us. Who's he talking about?
I don't know.
Scott will be singing up for these. Scott will be singing up for these tournaments. Okay. So are you going to join James' band? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, geez, I hope not. But he played at our his band played at our KOA end of year banquet a couple years ago, and it was a blast. He was really good, lots of fun. So
yeah, I've watched some of the videos when he was on tour there out east.
That's right.
It looks like a real fun band.
Yeah, for sure. And James had a big part with the idea of Kayak Walleye. Sorry, I meant to mention that earlier. Just like with the CISA thing, it's not always going to be. Sorry for the viewers who don't know, what is that? Canadian
International
Sport Fishing Association.
Yes, that's it.
So we went down for bass in Tennessee in 2019, correct, Rich? Mm-hmm. On Team Canada to represent Team Canada.
Yep, that's where we met Jean down there. She was part of Team USA. Yeah,
and
James arranged it all, but he couldn't give up his weekend with his buddies. Apparently, it was a long-standing guys weekend.
Mm-hmm. And so those events aren't always going to be bass. So one way we got to figure out, or James is saying, like, we need to figure out if the event is in Sweden for
pike.
Xander, let's say, or pike or whatever. Let's get an event, across Canada event, where we can pick some great pike anglers. Let's pick an event where we can pick some great walleye anglers or Xander or whatever.
Yeah.
And as you know, all of our online tournaments have been Ontario. Like it's
Yeah.
always the same Ontario guys. So,
So,
we're sort of trying to reach out to
so James
other
didn't tell
parts of
you
the country.
James didn't tell you who put this bug in his ear?
No. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice work. Yeah. Awesome.
I
Yeah. That's
I
great.
told him to convince you to do it, so I figured it was with your
Okay.
Kayak Musky. It'd be perfect.
I do remember that conversation. Yeah. No, thank
Okay.
you. I think it's a great, they work well together. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely.
Very much. And going across Canada, I think we got walleye almost everywhere in Canada, don't we?
Yeah. 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 I think, well, definitely,
Manitoba for sure.
yeah,
Um,
definitely westward. I'm not sure about east of Quebec. I'm not positive,
yeah.
but definitely westward.
They're mostly fly fishermen. Bass are an invasive species out east.
Yeah, that's
Did,
right.
did you
Yeah,
know that?
I didn't know.
No, and I
That's
worked I
crazy.
worked I worked a boat show in Halifax a number of years back, and I got educated.
Yeah,
Everyone,
I
most of the
bet.
people were the older crowd was purists, fly fishermen,
Right. Yeah.
trout fly fishermen, and they told me where the bass were an invasive species, but there's a lot of bass. They love their bass fishing there now.
Yeah. And Michael Cox is starting a series out, as you know,
Yes,
he was in. So that's kind of cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and is there anything else in the rules that we need to talk about?
Geez, I wish I had the rules in front of me.
Did you put them up on the group page?
Yes, on the group page, and then I
And
forgot to.
under files?
Yes, and I
Okay.
forgot to copy them to the iAngler one, but now everything is the exact same. There is going to be one rule Peter and I talked about that I'll make aware to everybody is that again, the picture you submit for judging is the picture we are going to judge. There's no do-overs. So make sure, and I haven't written that in the rules, so I'm not sure if I have to announce that.
The first fish that they upload is the one that you're going to use.
Yeah. So like I said, go home, go through your footage, pick the best picture, upload it, because we're not going to go back and say, "Oh, do you have a better picture?" Yeah, because then it just turns into chaos. We might ask for a video, but we will not. Yeah, I just have to figure out the wording on that, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, you got to emphasize on the go home and be careful, because I know even in tournaments, there was a recent tournament. I forget what it was, bass or Hobie, but somebody uploaded the wrong picture, because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And they were given the opportunity to upload the proper picture, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we're
well, it's a little different. Online event, you shouldn't make the mistake. You go home, you take your time,
exactly.
You pick the right picture. I get it, because this is volunteered. It's not paid judges.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Spending extra time trying to clarify whether someone's got another picture. You got to contact them. You wait for another picture to come in, and I get it. So
and
I think anyone out there listening, the idea what Scott's preaching about: go home, take your time, get the right picture, look at your video closely, and make sure you're uploading the one you want.
Yeah, and also, if I can ask, please just don't message Peter and I regarding passwords and I don't know my password. Just that's what we pay iAngler for. Deal with Michael.
Yeah,
because it just gets crazy on the phone for constantly having to deal with. We're in no rush. It's an online event. If it takes you an hour to figure out your password with Michael on iAngler, then it's not a big deal.
I keep going to the being a yearly online event. I would suggest putting that password in your files.
Yeah, absolutely.
A picture of the identifier with the password. I know that's what most other tournaments are doing now, online tournaments. So you can at least I forget I lost my card. I got to make another one. I can go to the site. Sometimes iAngler's tough to get in, and you got to know your way around it.
You hit that X a few too many. Yeah, you hit that X a few too many times. It's asking. Yeah, I know it's a bit. But
yeah, but I like going to the group site and looking under files, because that's where a lot of the OKBT, I can find everything there. And for Tourney X, you've got the option to go in there. You can go in there and find it, even on the emails. I even go look in emails sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always there. But
Yeah.
no, you don't want people calling you asking what's the password or
Yeah,
messaging you.
exactly.
You're on the water and you got to answer some guy what the password
exactly.
is.
There's no rush in online. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Can you think of anything else you'd like to add? Right. Oh, we got the draw to do, don't we?
Yes, we do. I just have to sign in on my computer here.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. If we're ready for it, I can do that now.
Hold on. Mig Sig has
Okay.
got a comment here. One walleye needs to be locked in before a certain date. What's that mean?
No, that's an old stupid thing I wrote ages ago. It's gone.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Because I don't remember that
So
one.
it's a free for. Well, I said only 2 walleye after
Yes, I do
or
remember that.
before October. Dumb. So just
Yes.
forget.
So you let that go? Okay.
Yeah. Let's find out who the best walleye anglers are and where the biggest walleye are coming from.
I understood that when you wrote that rule because for instance the Quinty guys they could wait until and even for muskie. I mean you don't have a rule for muskie, but I think were you targeting the Quinty guys that go out in November that can get when's this end this tournament?
The walleye one is the end of November.
Okay, so the
28th or something.
You guys that live in the the southeast, I call it Southeast Ontario.
Yeah.
They can go to Quinty in November and catch 4 walleye and kill us all.
Yeah,
and I think and that's what I understood that your rule was kind of targeting that.
That's what I was, but I mean it's not fair. Let's just find out where the best walleye are.
Some guy wants to go out in those conditions and catch 4 walleye.
Exactly.
You know, he deserves a win.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to drive to Picton, then go for it. If you want to be able to find the launch or find out where those walleye are, well then good for you. But
November in Eastern Ontario is not it's not like Florida.
No, it isn't. And Muskie's open till December 15th. I can't stress, and that's another thing I can't stress enough. Cold water gear, buddy system.
Yeah.
Let's be safe. We don't want any accidents out there.
We don't want any casualties.
No. So if we're ready, I can do the draw.
All right.
If you guys can you see that?
No, we can see your screen. Yeah, a little bit. All right.
So I'm just gonna roll the dice.
So you got an app that does this?
This is called random.org. So I'm going to begin the giveaway here. We have 24 entries. This is for the Scotty prize pack. I put a picture. I think it's on Kayak Musky Facebook, but I'll put up another picture after this. Yeah. It's going to take a second. Sorry. Tim, you were in the first round. There's 10 more to go, though.
What's that? First round what?
Nothing. Just
okay.
It keeps going until 6 rounds left, 5 rounds left, 4 rounds left, 3 rounds, 2. Okay, last one. Here we go. The winner you see at the top is the winner of the Scotty prize pack. John Fulford.
Oh, that's somebody we haven't heard before.
Yeah, John's fishing out of the Kawarthas. So congratulations, John.
All right.
I'll get your information there.
John.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot there's a picture here I want you to talk about.
Okay.
You just doing one draw? That's all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're doing a walleye draw on Facebook Live.
Okay.
After this, so.
All right. So why don't you talk about this picture? I love tiger muskie, and I've got your picture of the tiger muskie right now. And how big was that tiger muskie?
I'm not sure which tiger muskie we're talking about. Who's holding it?
You are.
Okay. I don't think it was. I'm not sure. Is it in the net?
No, not the one in the net. The one you're holding. You're in your red dry suit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that short, small head, fat thing.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the fish.
Well,
Uh,
dry suits and toques make our heads look fat. So
oh man, I know every picture I've got all this. But that was the last day of the tournament, as Tim recalls. I caught this thing. I was
oh, it's
so
not a
pumped.
tiger musk. It's not a tiger muskie.
No,
Okay.
it's a blonde. We call her
Yeah,
blonde.
yeah, it looks pretty close. It's one of those ones I see the spots at the end. It's more of a Great Lakes
Yeah.
spot, but it's got those long bars in the middle. Sometimes we have a hard
Okay.
time. Yeah. So how
Well,
big was that one?
I don't. If it's the one, yeah, okay. So there's two of me, and that one I didn't measure. That one I'm just holding it
Okay.
sideways. Yeah, no, that's but a
I'm gonna
beautiful
guess
fish.
that was
It
at
was sort
least
of
40
half.
inches.
Yeah, and it was sort of half barred, half spotted, and
Yes.
that was exactly where Diego caught his at the meetup. So
Oh, okay.
I'm giving away a spot, but it's a great
Uh,
spot. Gordon and I are always there. So
you
yeah,
know
it
what?
was a really pretty fish.
Yes, it was. And if I drove all the way up to Ottawa to look for that spot, then you know what? Good for me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, that was a beautiful fish. It's going to be beautiful in a few years.
Yep. Yeah. She's nice and thick.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get that off there. All right. Whoops. Hide. Okay. All right. I don't know. I think we called everything or caught everything here. Brent says it was the worst year for walleye. Only got one last year.
Yeah, they had a bit of, yeah, that's and that was kind of the convincing factor too about that old rule was that the guys on Quinny didn't necessarily kick butt like they do some years. So you never know. It
Yeah.
can change. It could be windy conditions and they can't get out. You just never know. Let's find out where the best ones are.
Exactly. So Scott, I want to thank you for coming on and talking about your two events. Where can people register if they haven't registered yet? Now that we got the
Um,
bird done.
I think, well, first of all, if you sign up for Kayak Musky on the Facebook page, in the events section, you'll see links. Otherwise, just search Kayak Musky 2021 on iAngler or Kayak Walleye on iAngler.
All right, great. If you're not sure, you're having trouble, you can message Scott, and I'm sure
Yeah,
Scott will get back
yeah,
to you and help you
or
out.
myself,
Or
Peter. And I
Peter,
just
or
want,
Peter Geniak, yes.
yeah, and I also I want to give a huge shout out to Peter's wife Colleen, who has been in charge of sort of sponsor contact, and she's done a great job and sort of behind the scenes. And Diego's going to help us judge Kayak Walleye. So great team. Really appreciate their help. Huge
Yeah.
huge help. So
Colleen's informed me they're coming down here again in October to try and
that's right. Yeah, awesome.
try and win that Muskie event.
Yeah, awesome.
You know, he did all right considering the weather we had. Or it's always a crapshoot coming here, and you're taking a chance.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
you might get a full week of good fishing. You might get a crap week. But
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity also to talk about the Canada Day July weekend.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Where I'm hosting an event here in Lakeshore, Windsor area, Lake St. Clair. For this is the best time to fish for smallmouth all year. And this is not a tournament. This is more of a get together. You know, there's a lot of people that don't do tournaments. It's an opportunity for them to get out. You know, let's see. I think it's Friday is the holiday. So, you know, you come in here Thursday. It's free camping. We'll make sure we have porta johns, and we have entertainment coming Saturday night also. So, for campers and people that don't like camping, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Airbnbs or hotels, and you come and join us and you know, mingle with meet some of the people you've seen. You know, you've just may have seen them on Facebook or the internet, some of the events you've done. But it's more laid back, and that's what it's set up for. We will have one night where we're going to have everybody having their kayaks on display and invite people to come and look at the, you know, everyone's rigged kayaks. Hopefully we get a good cross section of different makes and types of kayak and different rigging. I'm going to try and get some media involved too. And if we're lucky, I'm trying to work on a dealer to come down and do a demo day also. So should be a fun weekend. No pressure, no tournaments, maybe a few side bets, but we'll see. there are the online events going on at that time. So you get some time to go out there and fill your bag of some big fat smallmouth.
Awesome.
Anyways, again, Scott, thank you, and hope everyone enjoyed the show tonight. I don't think we missed anybody that joined us. No, we got quite a few comments here. Oh, Diego joined us. How you doing, Diego?
Hey, Diego.
Jonathan Lee. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey.
Just catching up. A reminder, you can watch the rest of the show. It'll be posted on, I think it's on YouTube and on my Facebook page. Not my timeline, but my page. Anyways, thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for having me on.
We'll talk soon, and looking forward to seeing